it is okay to use your knife and just slightly scrape out the clay under the eyelids. Today we're going to add more features, and really your character will start to take shape. And before you do that, have a look at magazines or in books, or like I have a fairy book here, and although even if you don't want to make a fairy, there are some incredibly amazing characters in there. Just don't be afraid to experiment. And as with every other layer that we've made, nothing is written in stone. We can always add, we can always take off. Again, use the sandpaper if you're or use the newspaper if you're sanding. Today we'll add more features here on the cheeks, around the mouth, and any other features you might like to make. If you like to work on the head when it's standing in the bottle, that's good because it's in front of you on the table, and if it rolls away, just put a little bit of clay on the table and it stays in place. Again, wet the clay. Like sausage, split it in half for the cheeks. Again, look at your character. Does it want skinny, high cheekbones, really character lines? I don't know. Your puppet will tell you. I don't know yet what he's going to look like. I think it's a he, but that's all. Make it into a kind of tear shape, more thinner on one side. Put it on. And same on the other side. Now these look really puffy cheeks. I'm not sure if that's exactly what he needs, but I'll show you what it can look like. Dip your tool in water, and as before, you smoothen the clay all the way around, making sure you also blend in the sides really well. You know, you don't want this really raggedy area. I'm just going to give you a few examples here. A few rough examples. Just to see what you can do. And how easy it is to move the clay around. See, it's attached now, and you can think, well, I prefer it kind of like it. Like that. Or you can have them really puffy and smiley around the mouth. Or you can make it really wrinkly, like an old face. Or you can use less. And just have. You see how different the face looks every time you add or take off a little bit of clay. If you want it really skinny, you can actually just take off a little bit of the cheeks here. Around the mouth, you can also have a line. Again, I'm just giving you examples here, and I'd like you to experiment yourself. Play around, look at images, and look at the face. It is important to hold them in your hand at times and look them in the eyes and see what it is telling you. And also look at all sides. Also, apart from working on the cheeks, you can also add more on the chin, more on the side of the head or on the forehead, or accentuate the nose, make it longer, pointier, put a little bubble in the bottom of it. Play around, have fun with this part of the project. Again, like everything else, stick it on, and then with your tool go all the way around, not forgetting the bottom. Smoothen it in. Then when it's attached, you can make it into whatever shape you like. Play wherever you want it to go. See how much the face has changed in these last few stages. If you wanted to add more on the eyelids, that's okay. Just make a small little piece of clay, wet the clay, and attach it to it. I'm just going to, something like it's frowning or something. Again, stick it on. Move it around. An old toothbrush, you can create really kind of very detailed lines. Finger, and smoothen it back out again. you finish, also make sure that you've looked at the sides underneath, if it's all nicely blended in. And then you can always leave it dry, come back to it again the following day, sand out anything you don't like and add more detail if you like before we start putting on the ears. Okay? About there, and they end about here, so they're quite small, right, in normal ears. But if your puppet turns into a fairy type, you might want
Like
really funky ears, for example, like that one. You know, your puppet again will decide what it wants to be and go for character. You know, if you want tiny little ears, perfect. If you want big floppy ears, upside down ears, one puppeteer made the ears like leaves, anything is possible. Let your imagination go wild. But the basics of it is you get again your piece of clay, cut it in half, make two equal balls like we've done with the eyes. Okay. Make a little ball. You press with your thumb, you put it on your index finger. You press with your thumb and you kind of shape it already like the ear, like a normal ear, normal-ish ear. You do the same with the other one, but obviously on the other hand. Because you have a right ear and a left ear, right? So you don't make two. So this one I made on my right.
And it's for right.
This is probably the left ear, but it doesn't matter. But you make one like this on this hand and the other one on the other. And you put them side by side and you try to already shape them a little bit the same. Then you wet the side of your head. In the ear goes, the top of the ear is at a line of the top of the eye. The bottom of the ear is at the bottom of the nose. And it's halfway down the head. So you press it on. And again, hold your thumb behind it, smoothen it in to the clay. At the back, you also want to attach it because otherwise the ear is going to fall off. So you hold your thumb to the ear in place and you press the clay in. Because otherwise the ear is going to fall off, no doubt. Seen it happen. I'll show you again. See the top of the
and then
the bottom of the nose. And then at the middle of the head.
In the middle of the head.
And then you, with your tool again, you shape whatever design you want your ear to be. Like you can press the top part in. Just hold your thumb there to hold it into place. Just press. And have a good look at your friend's ears, or look in the mirror, or look at photographs and see how an ear is made. And so you can just, with your tool, you press in the areas that are lower. And for that little flap here that we have, you press your tool in and you press it out. But again, go through as much detail. This is only just to show you how to put it on. Go into as much detail as you like and keep your character in mind. Like this is a bit too thick now at the back. I think. So I'm just going to smoothen it in. So you keep working on that until you're happy with the shape of your ear, and then you do the other side. And trust me, it's really difficult to make them equal. So don't give up too quickly. It is a challenge.
Okay.
But if it's really don't like it, you can always cover it with hair or a hat, or there's always ways to